Hey everyone. Welcome to this on. I don't think the mic is on. Hello? Hello. Okay. What's going on? I need someone to answer. Let me go to that. Let me do that. Why can't I? Okay. Shoot. Why is this? Showing. What's going on? I have sound is very low, but is it working at all? That's because it looks like it's not. What is going on? What is that? I may need to. Yeah, it's working. Okay. Oh, that's weird. It's not, somebody must be wrong. Okay, sorry guys. The microphone sound on the Streamlabs here, it's not showing. Normally it would be like showing that there's sound, but there was none. So that's why I thought something was wrong. Okay, but if you guys say the microphone is working, then I'll believe you. So, how's everyone doing? Yes, it's working. Okay. It's been a busy week. Busy. Obviously, I put out a good video this week about Cobra Kai season 6. Important information. I think it was a hit. A lot of people really liked it. It included stuff like that season 6 is going to be long. Jim Tim says the strike is going on. Hopefully it'll end soon. Yeah, so my theory is I think the strike will end in July. I can't say specifically like early July, late July, but I think things come to a head in July. The reason being, the reason being July is because the other unions are ending their contracts in June, at the end of June. And basically, if like the actors go on strike, and even like maybe the directors, stuff like that, it'll all sort of like come to a head, and they're kind of all, while they have different issues, they have very similar issues, especially in regards to residuals and things. So it'll kind of all come to a head then in the terms of like residuals, and they'll, so they'll make a deal with everyone. Everyone will get some sort of deal, basically what they're looking for. So they'll make that deal, and that'll be that. And, it'll probably mostly get fixed up in July. I think the writers have a problem because they're looking for more than just residuals. Like each union has kind of like different things they're after that's important to them. And, writers are also thinking about like length of writers' rooms and having writers on set and AI, which aren't as big a deal towards the directors and actors. So they have more, but I think it all gets kind of resolved probably around July. Yeah, we had a good member meeting for an hour. And actually, it was about 2 hours. Just people weren't there at the beginning, but it was 2 hours for me. But yeah, membership is good. We try to meet up once a month, which we'll do as long as we have members, until we get too many. Then we can't do it quite like that. But as of now, it's a lot of fun. So come on in and join the membership. $5 a month or 10, whatever, but it helps, it supports the channel. It's fun, and we get to meet up like that and do stuff like that. So that's that. So we talked about the strike. And Jim Tim is also curious about the 50. Do you think it's true? Well, of course I think it's true. That's why I'm the one that put out the video and said that. I think it's very likely. I mean, look, in the real world, things can always change. Netflix could change their mind and say, we don't want to pay for it after the strike or something. But it definitely looks like, the plan was to have 15 episodes in season 6. That's basically where it comes to now. So, I showed it all in the video. It's kind of like the source is like, it's kind of obscure, but it's pretty reliable. That was created by Sony Pictures. I even double checked who was the original creation. So basically Sony went in there and registered 15 episodes for season 6. It's like, yeah, I like it. I mean, it's obscure but reliable. That's a way to think of it. So thank you. But yeah, it's a good video. I think it got people excited. There wasn't as much to be excited about in regards to like with stuff shut down, whatever. There's just no news. But yeah. I think it's nice to get a little shot in the arm, so to speak. Make next month's. Thank you, Matt Moore. Yeah, I thought you might have been there, but I understand if you can't. Some people can only come for a little bit, more or less. But thank you. Yeah, and like I tell people, it's good. It's a lot of fun. I didn't. Let me look at something here. I was gonna, I was thinking I could pull up. I could even show you. Where is it? Shoot. We could look at the. Yeah, there it is. Copy. Okay, hold on a second, guys. they searched. Family stuff. Yeah, actually, I've been kind of bogged down with family stuff this weekend too. I had to, make sure I put time set aside for the meetup last night, and of course, what we have here today. Okay, yeah, they do. It's still up. So, hold on, guys. Let's look at something real quick. Oh no, that's not it. There it is. Okay. Here, look at this. This is it. Okay. So, entertainment identifier registry. You can search all sorts of stuff. It's not hard. So let me show you. Wait a second. Let me. Where is? Shoot. This. Okay. Hold on. Gotta keep the comments here. Okay. So you can look at, this is where the episode titles for season 4 leaked like 3 months before it came out. Season 6, and you can see each individual episode has a spot in here. You can look at that, but the easiest is if you click on season 6. Like this is like the master thing. Like there's Cobra Kai, then each individual season, and you can look at relationships. And it just shows you each individual episode going up to 15. And this whole purpose is like it gives it these codes, and they can keep track of everything and have it all there. But this was created. Hold on, you can't see. Let me look at this. Hold on. Okay. Yeah. So you look. Okay. So you look at it was created March 23rd. So that's actually right, pretty consistent with when we knew they were going to start doing pre-production. The people in Atlanta, the location scouts, the costuming and everything, they kind of were getting started. So they went in and they had to get this all done right when they were going to start the pre-production process. So the writer's room was still going on, and then they went in and had to create all the 15 episodes that they're doing. So let's see. Creation. Sony Pictures. So like you look back, where did I? This line, registrant, like who is, you click that, it's I'm gonna go back up. Sony Pictures Entertainment. So that's who made it. It's from Sony. And so some other people were asking about this. It says like release date 2023. You got to understand, like that's just a generic placeholder. They got to put something in. They don't have a release date yet. That's also why if you look, Hayden and John are listed as the directors for each episode. If you just go back and like you just click on every episode, it's like, again, it's Hayden and John, not because they're the directors. It's just they just put it as a generic placeholder. So those are things that are like generic placeholders, and then it gets updated later. Because this at the bottom, last modification. If you look at others, like it gets updated several times. And in fact, we can do that here. Let's look at, well, let's just look at season 5. Okay, this is season 5. We're going to click. Now you see, actually, okay, you see in season 5, now they have the titles in, right? So like, because it doesn't say episode 1, episode 2, they have the titles. And then if you look at this, let me show you at the bottom here. This was created May 12th of last year, and even updated as recent as February. They even updated it after it came out. So let's look at that one. So yeah, I mean they keep updating it after a while. So that's why you shouldn't worry. Like when people were freaking, release date 2209, you see how it has the exact release date on that one, as opposed to like a generic, because it gets updated as it goes along. They never updated the director. That's actually wrong. Or wait, actually this is that's the first episode. But the release date, yeah, they never updated. Whoever did it didn't bother to update that. But it doesn't. Obviously, it's just people who work for the show, like who work for Sony, are the ones doing this. But so there you go. That's just a look at it of all this. You can see it for yourself. Let me check back on the chat. People were saying the first episode could be Johnny fighting Miguel's dad. Yeah, I don't think that's it at all. I don't see Miguel's dad showing up in episode 1 for a big fight. A man can't breathe, he can't fight. Hope you're doing well. Thank you very much. Who will be the bad guys this season? Maybe the Way of the Fist. Do you think Netflix will do 2 volumes? This is Star Court Food Court. Big Stranger Things fans. Recommend you follow them on Twitter and Instagram. Thank you for coming in, guys. Yeah, I think Netflix does 2 volumes. I do. I think it was so successful with Stranger Things. I feel like Netflix is probably going to want to do that. It gives them an opportunity to draw, especially their big popular shows, out more over maybe a few months, a month or two, and they don't want to do the weekly release date. They seem to be opposed to that. So but a 2 volumes, especially when you have 15 episodes, yeah. I don't know how old Josio is. You'll have to ask him. Thank you, Matt. The AI came up. Yeah, I know people have been playing with the AI for a while. Stranger Things 4 came out a year ago. Yeah, it is. It is. It was good. Kenny Wizard becomes the worst show of all time. Well, I don't know about that. I don't see the show going in that direction necessarily. So I don't really think that's going to happen. But Kenny will have a moment. He'll have a moment. Maybe he'll have a moment with Anthony. Purchase Terminators to compete. Yeah, maybe if he works with Skynet or something. He knows he has a friend at Skynet and they can buy some Terminators. Tristan, hello. Imagine they release it all at once. I mean, I guess it's still possible if they do that, but I think they won't. I think especially with 15 episodes, I think we won't. Robert wants to talk about the casting call. Yeah, they were. I'm not even sure where it came from, but they were talking about It looked like they were casting. They're specifically looking for Asian students to be part of an all Asian dojo or dojo, representing or from somewhere from Asia. So that looked like it was going to be for episode 2, but they shut down production before that happened. So they shut down production. So that was that. But it definitely looks like there will be new or other dojos, possibly from Sensei Kim. That was floating around. I didn't even see that. Someone sent it to me. I understand. I feel like there will be minimal character development for the main kids that are learning from Kim and Kreese. I'm not specifically sure what you're saying, but if you're worried about character development for the new characters, I understand your concern. They only have one season, so that's it. But it's enough. You can establish. You can get enough for what you want, for what they're after. I think they can do it. Well, because in perverse season of Cobra Kai season, Terry Silver paid the ref. That is true. Terry pays the ref, except Terry's off the board, so to speak. Melissa, sorry, I'm late. Well, thank you. No rush. You get here when you get here. That's why we hang out. It's no rush, but thank you. Julie Pierce's dojo. Yeah, there's a lot of fans who like this idea that Julie Pierce has her own dojo. I don't know. I guess I didn't see it, but for what it's worth, yeah, we can't rule it out. Did she continue on her karate and training and continue that way, and then ultimately just want to, give back and opened her own dojo? Maybe she runs a successful dojo in Boston. Is it Miyagi-Do though? Because you feel like it wasn't a Miyagi-Do. Like Daniel's dojo was Miyagi-Do. So I feel like you're weighing that, but we'll see. I do think she could come, or maybe she's kept up with her training, so she can come and help teach and train and whatever, or even compete, like I said in my video. But I don't know if she's gonna haul a dojo of students with her. We don't need more students for Miyagi-Do and Eagle Fang and that side. We don't need more of them. We already have students there. We need students on the other side for them to oppose, Moon joins me. Well, remember what she told Johnny. She doesn't want to hit people. She doesn't like violence. So she's kind of opposed. Gets back to filming. The hype train is going to be insane. Yeah, we'll see if stuff comes out. We'll see if stuff comes out. It's if it's overly secretive, it could get a little annoying, and then stuff comes that's like leaking indiscriminately, from actors or whoever. But if they play into the hype train, help fuel it a little bit, I definitely think so. It could be something more. Go through each character and show my morality and ethnic tiers. That would just create a lot of fights, because you would find everyone has a slightly different interpretation of your morality and ethics and or whatever. It's although I guess it's good discussion because it's fun fighting and arguing with each other. How will they react? Defined. And when you say Cobra Kai, I assume you mean like Sensei Kim. I guess I feel like, Johnny's like confused, but Daniel's like, see, I knew this was going to happen, right? Cobra Kai is going global. So something like that. Silver loves paying people. Well, if he's rich, he also likes making money. He likes people paying him even more. That's the secret to getting rich. You got to enjoy people paying you more than you enjoy paying other people, right? I gave you the secrets to wealth. Like and subscribe for more wealth building techniques. Talking about the new students that Kim will recruit. So you were talking about yeah, I see what you're saying. Like, it's like, well, it's only one season, they're only in part of it. How much character development? I think it done well. You can have enough for them to fill the antagonist role. They can be, the quote unquote bad guys, the bad girls. So they can take that antagonist role. Where they're the opposition and they're the people that our heroes have to overcome, right? The obstacles they have to overcome. Is John Kreese coming back to see Johnny Lawrence in season 6? I think so. I think there's Johnny's part of what it's about. He was even talking about Johnny to the therapist in the last episode and such when he's coming out. So I don't know how or what he's going to do, but yeah. ChatGPT. No, it would be better if ChatGPT wrote it. Let's be honest, it would be way better. Maybe they didn't. It's getting a little repetitive. Well, yeah, I mean, it was always going to get repetitive if you space it out and bring, one character back at a time or so. At some point, as you're going through all of them, it's going to feel a little repetitive. But it's new characters. They come back in different ways, which I think is helpful. Bringing them back in different ways. Yeah, coming back in different ways. It just keeps it fresh. It's a new thing. Like the way Mike Barnes came back was different than the other characters. It's very different. Mike fucking Barnes. Cobra Kai movie. No, there's not going to be a Cobra Kai movie. Not based on this show. Do you think it's safe to say Silver's not returning for season 6? No, I don't think it's safe to say that. I strongly suspect he'll be back maybe later in the show, maybe in those last 5 episodes or something. It did seem like Thomas Ian Griffith was not in Atlanta when they were shooting episode 1. But, Terry Silver was arrested at the end of season 5. So we expected that. But maybe they were planning him to join a few months later. Like I said, they were going to be production for like 7 months. It's a long freaking time. For most of this year, they were going to be. So Thomas Ian Griffith could have done what he was doing. Then he goes to Atlanta. And that would make sense based on the schedule and everything. Wonder where Kim Daeun went at the end of season 5. Yeah, she took off. There was a cut scene or something with her on a motorcycle, but she left. I even have a little short on that, which spawned some of that discussion of her. You can kind of see her leave right at the end, and that's it. She kind of disappeared, where she will reemerge for sure. Do you think the series will end with Johnny taking back Cobra Kai? I don't know, like that specifically. I think it could be something like that, but I think it's also going to be bigger. So that's maybe not the final ending. Probably the ending will be something bigger with Johnny and Daniel together. But maybe a restored Cobra Kai or something with Johnny. Seems fitting. Melissa here is referring to Mega Cloud. That's Carrie, who's also a channel member, was talking about a video, or not a video. So it's something we were talking about in the members meeting yesterday. Tori and Chosen spinoff. Partially, this is inspired by episode 2 of season 5. That kind of good moment of Chosen and Tori together. It's sort of like you don't expect them to see them together, but it worked really well. So like could Tori go to Okinawa? And yeah, Melissa talking about, wait a second. Tori's whole plot line is that she has all this stuff she can't get away from. So yeah, how does she get to Okinawa? It doesn't make sense. But it was just a fun idea for a spinoff. To provide new depth the characters we grew up watching. What do you think is going to be the Johnny Tucker modern culture humor? And he worked as an Uber driver. I don't know. If they go to Okinawa or wherever the Sekai Taikai is, anything with airplanes, airport, traveling in a different city. Like I guess like he was in Mexico in season 5, so I guess we did have that a little bit. But yeah, anything with more now on airplanes and such seems like ripe for the mining there. Mining of humor. How long do you think the final episode? I really don't know. As of now, I'll just guess maybe they run a little bit longer, maybe closer to an hour. And I base that, as I said in the video, it's a little bit on apparently planned production schedule. So Terry losing his mind and fighting the Kid Critters. Did he already lose his mind? Or he was just keeping up a facade? He was keeping up a facade. Is Daniel might see Chosen Taguchi in episode 1 in season 6? I'm not sure what you're asking, but I certainly would think Chosen and Daniel were both in episode 1. So yes. No, I haven't, Matt. I haven't made a name on the dojo name. I don't think it's something original. I think, but I don't know what it'll be. It's not going to be Miyagi Fang. It's not going to be Eagle Fang. Because they already did an original name. They already made Eagle Fang. Like, I don't think they're going to make a second original name. Are they Cobra Kai? I don't know. They could end up being Cobra Kai. What will happen to the bad guys, the big men? I don't know, but in the Karate Kid universe, generally, if you lose a fight, you just go away. So the bad guys lose a fight, you go away for good. That's how it works. It's the rules of the universe. I didn't make it, but yeah, it's kind of just what it is, you know? Robbie takes the dojo. Yeah, that's possible. That's certainly possible. There's certainly a lot of ideas of like the next generation, you know, the next generation taking it, moving forward. Definitely. Something like that. An hour and 40 minutes. I feel like the only thing is like, I feel like an hour and 40 minutes is kind of long for a Cobra Kai episode, for a show that was normally an hour. Or I mean, not an hour. For a show that was basically a half-hour show, like an hour and 40 minutes, that feels a little long. I mean, you're talking now 3 times or even more than 3 times longer. Like I can see it running a little bit long, a little bit like closer to an hour. That was the problem. The problem, like the thing about the Stranger Things finale of season 4 of that was, it was so long. It was so long. Like it was like long. It was like 2.5 hours or something, wasn't it? Like it was like really long. And it's like, okay, maybe that was a little bit long. Like it was good. Like you enjoyed it. You're like, wow, that was really good. But like, it's the same time, like it's just like a little long. You know, for something, you know, like when it's broken up a little bit more, it just, you can get it in smaller bites. So yeah, I think an hour and 40 minutes is probably a little bit long. Yeah, I mean, I was just strangely, it was 150 minutes. 150 minutes. Yeah, so 2.5 hours for a show that's like an hour show. Like so long. So long that show was. They should change their Saikai name to Chosen's dojo name. I'm not sure what Chosen's dojo name is. I mean, he teaches Miyagi-Do. If it was the same as Sato's, I'd have to double check. Tori training under Chosen and Johnny. Chosen could help Tori with guidance. Yeah, that could be. Like, and I've pointed out Tori, you know, obviously previously trained with Johnny, right? So it makes sense, right? Like it makes sense that she would gravitate more to him. If Silver wanted to indoctrinate Sam and Anthony, like he threatened, do you think he would have been able to get both of them or just one? Silver's a very manipulative man. Maybe he could have gotten both. He'd probably have an easier time getting Anthony, though. So Anthony more than Sam. But then, like, he already had Kenny, so like Anthony wasn't going to join when Kenny was there. So like, in a theory, like if he didn't have Kenny, he could get Anthony more than Sam. Hour 20 minutes max for that. Yeah, I kind of would agree with that. I feel like that's like where it would top out. Like I think that's like the upper echelons of like just what this show and format could sustain. That would be like the upper echelon you could get to. An hour and 20 minutes. Yeah, the squad. That's kind of like what I would agree with. Like I think more and it would start dragging. The last episode. Well, I agree with that too. I mean, I think it'll be kind of long. They'll wrap stuff up. You know, have some big fights. You know, they got plans. They want it to be worth it at the end. So definitely bring Terry back. Yeah, and keep in mind, like in many regards, like the legal case against Terry isn't that strong. And this was kind of even hinted at by I think Hayden or something. Like yeah, like the legal case wasn't that strong. Like it or because of like Raymond, you know, Stingray's testimony and such. Like that it makes sense that like he would eventually be able to get out of it. So I kind of agree. Like, but like it will take him a while. That's why I say like Terry Silver comes back in maybe those last 5 episodes. It'll take him a while. And then it lines up with kind of what we see. Thomas Ian Griffith is not in Atlanta when they're shooting, right? But maybe he goes to Atlanta in a few months. You know, after a few months of shooting, then he goes. But we'll see when the strike is resolved, too. You know, we'll know more. Many scenes that went on too long could have been shorter. Yeah. I think if there's like one critique, I feel like they spent a little bit, just too much time with, you know, Jason and his basketball team and like that part of it. Like there was like actually quite a bit with them, and it just, you know, like he's like call him the villain or bad guy, like the town antagonist, however you want to refer to it, you know, in that season. Yeah, it did seem like maybe it was a little bit too much. Like it's like good, but there's also a point where it's like maybe you could have trimmed it back a little bit. How good will Anthony be at karate? By the end of season 3, Anthony hadn't done any karate, so he was not good at all. If you mean by the end of season 6, I think he'll be good enough. I think, you know, he'll have a moment. But by the end of season 3, nothing. The end of season 6, yeah, maybe. I don't know about Devin and Sam. Just because they have nothing to bring them together, and Devin's already friends with Tori. So I see the bond being more in that direction. They could be the 3 girls or whatever. Hey, it's the 3 girls. But like Devin and Sam, but it's more of like a Devin and Tori are closer friends, and even more so than Tori and Sam. Tori and Sam may be able to get along, but maybe they're not friends. Tori helps Sam become a ruthless fighter. She already did help Sam, but she helped Sam be a ruthless fighter by fighting her ruthlessly. You attack Sam ruthlessly, then Sam has to become a ruthless fighter to fight back. Anthony won't be able to beat Kenny. Kenny the silver bullet. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think they'll fight. Maybe they don't have. He doesn't have to beat him. He doesn't have to beat him because they're not going to fight. Do you think Colonel Dugan will be back? I have no idea. I can imagine scenarios where Colonel Dugan comes back. I especially like the idea of that he comes back in regards to the Alpha Elite. That's my favorite theory. And I think I'm going to stick with that too. Because I may make a video on it at some point. because I think like that's kind of good. I think like it's like my preferred theory, I guess how you say. Like it's like, oh, what's your preferred theory? That's kind of like my preferred theory. Silver, I don't know. Is Silver going to recruit anyone? Like, I don't think Silver, I'm not sure. I'm not sure he's getting students at this point. Like, yeah, like he's not, there's no students. Like he may want revenge. But he's not looking for new students. Kenny's power up was ridiculous. Yeah, I covered that. And some people it just didn't quite click with some MIDI people or gel. Yeah, I mean, ruthless inner fighting. I think that was partially like her season 4 storyline, as she like did more with Johnny and learned the aggressive, and then Daniel wasn't happy with her. Chosen and Mike Barnes get revenge on. I think in a way Mike Barnes already got his revenge. He helped Johnny win the fight. He stole the painting. So I don't think, and what does Chosen need revenge on Terry Silver for? So that's the, I get for the fight, but like Terry Silver already lost to Daniel, so I don't think we're going in that way. Will Miguel lose the fight? Oh, possibly. It's a good way to build up our new students. They fight really, really well. The Alpha Elite in skinny jeans. I like that. The Alpha Elite in skinny jeans. See what Silver has planned since his reputation is tarnished. He has to work more in the shadows, at least at the beginning. Yeah, but like he's like a billionaire, right? So it's hard for him to be in the shadows, as you say. Silver can't be in the shadows. How will they bring back Badass Hawk? That is a good question. I wish I had the answer. I wish I could be like, oh, I know. It's such and such. I don't have the answer for you, unfortunately. I do know a lot of people are looking for it. We need Badass Hawk. That's what we want. How do you think Kreese save Johnny from Silver? Silver puts a choke home. Kreese pulls a Miyagi and saves him. That's a very like symbolic and theory. We'll see if something like that happens. But like at the moment, Silver has nothing against Johnny, to be honest with you. Like more his Silver's beef was always more with Daniel. So yeah, that was like Silver's beef. He was after Daniel, not Johnny. So how they get there, I don't know. A Mike and Silver fight. Yeah, we just need more fights with Mike Barnes. He's just a little underutilized in season 5. Chosen spinoff makes sense. It would be great. Tori in Okinawa because Chosen, yeah. Yeah, I don't know about the whole concept of having a spinoff in Okinawa. What if the spinoff is in the Valley still? We'll see. Hawk will reach his final form. Takai Sensei Division. What are your final four? Sensei Kim. And message retracted. Wow, Sensei Kim, Sensei Pierce, Sensei Barnes, and Sensei Odell. I don't know. I just want to see Mike Barnes fight. I think that's a good spot for him. And Extreme. But what else? He pushes Cobra Kai, I guess. Barnes gave up everything he cared about just to focus on Cobra Kai. That's what he cared about. Do you think we'll get to see what Tori's mom looks like in season 6? No. I feel like if they wanted to show it or reveal it, they would have. Clearly, they didn't. So I don't know. I don't think it's likely. I guess it's always possible, but like it's possible, but like I don't think so. It just seems like it just seems like, something they may do. I think that there's a higher chance of prequel spin. Yes, Roundtable. I would generally agree with you. I would agree with you. I think there's a much higher chance of that. More about the senseis than the kids. Well, I think it's going to be about everyone. They're going to work everyone in. It's not. There's no one. There's no. Yeah, like there's no one. But. You got to give everyone a moment, right? Like they all need a moment. I think that's what's most important. And I think they intend to do that. That's the important thing. That's right. They intend to make sure everyone gets a moment. Undersea her leaving the valley. Yeah. Mm-hmm. Yeah, she won't. Yeah, I mean that's the main argument about Tori or against Tori and Chosen spinoff, because how? So, how many razor blades? Oh, I don't know. I think that she goes and like hits with that ponytail. Struck me as a little weird. Like I don't see it. Like the hair hit. They were trying to do something different. Like I get it. Like you're trying to like come up with something different. But like I didn't even realize that was a thing. The first several times watching the show. It was only after like rewatching I was like, "Oh, I think maybe it is." It is a thing. Like, oh, they are doing that. Like, come on. I can kick you, or I can hit you with my hair. Well, she did the hair attack. Do you think Mike will be in it? It would be cool. I don't know. I wouldn't mind. I wouldn't mind if Mike was in one of them. That's for sure. Yeah, Mike. Pregnant. Oh my God. There could be more than one spinoff. Yeah, you're right. There could be. And maybe there will be. I think they'll start with one though. I don't think they're gonna like just make 5 shows at once or something. You know, maybe one at a time or something. You know, you gotta. Yeah. Don't overdo it. Don't overdo it. That's what I say. Jim Tim, thank you for coming in. Yeah, we'll go a few more minutes here, make sure we get everything. Shrimpo Sensei, yeah. Shrimpo Sensei, Shrimpo something. Yeah, they could do that. I think if they do, like I said, like if they do something like in that direction, I think it's going to be along the lines of like, it's going to be along the lines of, what was I? Like flashbacks from a Miyagi show. So you have a show with Mr. Miyagi, and then like there's more flashbacks or something concerning that. And so you kind of do them both at once. Reggie's ride or die. Yeah, it would be funny if like Reggie's out for revenge now against Mike Barnes, and this becomes a whole thing, right? Yeah, poor Reggie. You know, Louis in trouble now because it was his friends, it was his buddies. You know, his buddies' limo. Fan anime alt endings, other characters winning. I mean, yes, there will always be fan alternate endings, if that's what you're asking, for sure. People did that for the All Valley. People do it for everything. Definitely, there will always be fan alt endings. Could we get a little teaser? Probably not. I mean, they only shot one episode. It's not edited. Like, you're not getting anything. I regret to inform you, you're not getting anything about that. Oh wait, where are we? Oh, UFO Fanatic was about chosen training as students. Yeah. I mean, that in itself isn't much of a show. Like, was he just in class every day? But yeah, something like that from Chosen. The beginning of a Miyagi spinoff. I think it's possible they could hint at a Miyagi spinoff somewhere in that. But no, I don't think it would be like 5 episodes of that. I think it would be like just like one hint, one scene, something mentioned that just hints at the spinoff. Nothing too more dramatic. Or if they have different ideas, you can hint at a few different ideas, even if they don't know when they're making it what they'll go with. You can hint at a few different ideas. Sam's character, well, she's going to go to the Sakai Taikai. I still see them all taking more like leadership roles as both like fighters and teachers. I mean, I don't think any of the kids are getting a spinoff. I mean, we've been talking about like Tori and Chosen or something, but like truthfully, I don't think any of them, are getting a spinoff. Sam or anyone, and I don't think Sam goes to Okinawa either. Even though I know you like that idea, Melissa. You like the idea of Sam going to Okinawa, but I think Sam's got stuff to do at home. Yeah. I mean, yeah, but like it would be very minimal. We're talking like a line of dialogue or something referring to spinoffs. It's like, yeah, it's not going to be much. So much talk. At some point, maybe I'll try to do a video on any and all potential spinoffs. Like what else could there be? Since it definitely seems to be very enthusiastic. People are just all about their spin-off ideas. I don't have any plans of seeing the next Karate Kid movie, if it even gets made. I still am a little skeptical about the whole thing, but we'll see what happens. If certain characters don't win, could it kill the franchise? No. Someone will win something. That's just the way it's gotta be, right? Like, yeah, I mean, you got nothing else. Like, someone has to win something. It doesn't kill the franchise. You may disagree, or you may think, oh, that should have been someone else, but that's always going to happen. So we'll see. See a swimming pool scene? I don't know what you mean, but probably not. Like, I don't imagine a swimming pool scene. I don't know. Okay, guys. The idea is absurd. Okay. Guys, let's leave it here. I'm working on a video that'll cover maybe part 2. Like of if the season is split, what would part 2 do? Focus on. So I mean I have a few different ideas, so I got that video. So we'll do that. Winning pair gets the most backlash. I don't know. Kenny and Devin? How's that? You just want a backlash pair? There you go. That's your answer. Kenny and Devin. Yeah, we'll see. I think they may go to Okinawa. Have a great day. Yeah, have a great day to you. Have a good Memorial Day. If you have Memorial Day and get bogged down, I get bogged down with a lot of stuff coming up. But so all of you have that. Enjoy it. I'll get some videos out this week, get some other work done, and we'll see you at the next watch party. Thank you.